Giants, Jets, Texans. They're facing elimination. The Texans are playing the damn Titans. But they're facing the. If you fall to 0-4 by losing the Titans,
I mean, we're not talking playoffs. They can't even be on the board.
No, they're no longer
facing elimination, editorial elimination, not necessarily playoff elimination.
Well,
it is.
The
But
other
the
three
committee,
we know.
the committee's been around 6 years now. We have never had to uneliminate a team, ever.
Remember that defense.
Check it. We've never had to uneliminate a team. Let's
about
move
it.
on. Heck of a weekend. Browns, Panthers. That's all it is. This is a heck of a weekend. Such a great weekend. They got their win. That's the other thing. These teams were facing elimination last week. They won. Now they can get blasted this week. It doesn't matter. They're smooth sailing for those teams. Good for them. Tough one. Reality's setting in. Bengals, Cowboys, Pats. Bengals, the reality is Jake Brenning's not going to play 500 football like he did a couple years ago. For the Cowboys, it is, without CeeDee Lamb, we're actually not going to be good at anything. And for the Patriots, it's that we're actually still the Patriots. We commit a bunch of penalties. We turn the ball over a bunch. We don't have enough depth of talent. And fools like me were convinced by dopes like him to put them in the playoffs. I regret it. Tough watch. Raiders, just block somebody. My God. You create one hole for Ashton Genty. Poor guy's got more yards after contact than total yards. Falcons are very, very lucky that people don't watch because it's a bad watch right now. The Steelers, again, credit to being 2-1. I don't love how they've looked, honestly, on either side of the ball. It's post-week one on defensively the whole season. And the Broncos, if the Broncos narrative was, hey, snuck into the playoffs last year, building something with our young quarterback, great defense, fine. But Sean Payton sold us the bill of goods that this was better than 9 of his Drew Brees Saints teams and that his proprietary algorithm had gotten him the next great quarterback. It's not what we're seeing week in, week out. It's been tough to watch them miss all those long balls. Next, might have something. Bears, Seahawks, Cardinals, Jags, Vikings. Bears, you saw the offensive explosion last week. See what trajectories Caleb is on. Might have something. Seahawks have actually played pretty damn solid football all 3 weeks, and Mike McDonald's defense running around doing stuff. Yeah. Wild's guy, Sam Darnold's here, guy again.
No.
Cardinals, again, Jonathan Gannon's defense doing some things. If we can figure out what happened to Marvin Harrison.
What's going on?
You see that?
That is real.
It's a bizarre thing, man. It's really bizarre what's happening with Marvin Harrison Jr. And it does seem like it is mental. Listen, fair is fair here. Right now, the Jags' biggest problem is their passing game. And Trevor's not been great on third downs. The receivers are dropping the ball. They should be 3-0. And the defense is excellent. The running game's been good. So if Trevor can be better, they might have something. And the Vikings might have, we're a quarterback injury away from being a contender. That might have been the Vikings. Like, the JJ being out might be good for them in the short term because that defense is so good. Maybe there's a little win something. Next. What is this, not Wilds?
Oh, it's not the standing.
I don't care that you're undefeated. You're not better than the teams above you. Sorry, Greg. I got him.
That's fair.
It's fair. You're 3-0, and you get credit for being 3-0. I'm not going to, really dive into the teams you've beaten to get to 3-0. It's good. It's impressive. It's surprising for the Colts. It's a relief for the Niners given the injuries. But I think you're going to be hard-pressed to actually say you think those two teams are better than any of the teams above them, even though many of the teams above them have won. Some even have 2 losses. No Terence Crawford. What do I mean, bro? They can't go up in weight class. They're good. They're good teams. Wow. But when they right now, when they play a heavyweight, they look like, okay, stay in your weight class. That I'm not saying that can't change.
Okay.
Fair is fair. Like, you can't. The Rams not seizing that moment for a team that has owned you is just devastating. And the Washington is a tough one to fully judge because Jaden's out. But that Packer game, good win this last week, but that Packer game kind of looms large. Like right now, those teams haven't shown the ability to fight with the heavyweights. So no Terence Crawford. Flawed champions, the Chiefs and the Ravens. There's no denying that these teams at the moment are flawed. The Ravens' defense has been one of the worst in the league, and their star running back is fumbling. Their star quarterback seems angsty. The Chiefs dealing with injuries, dealing with their own sideline issues, and the offense has been stuck in the mud. Luckily, they both have a championship pedigree to lean on. For the Chiefs, it's going to 3 straight Super Bowls, 5 of the last 6, winning 3 in the last 6 years, and 7 straight AFC championship games. For the Ravens, it's all the nerd stats that tell me they're the greatest team that's never made a Super Bowl. It's I guess different type of champions. The Ravens are the hypothetical champions of the decade. The Chiefs are the actual dynasty. But they're both flawed right now and need to get better. Terrifying to play. We saw what the Lions did to Brew. We saw what the Packers defense has done to everybody. And we've seen Baker Mayfield get the ball back. 90 seconds left trailing. We're going to go win this damn football game. Now, they all have at least some concerns. For the Lions, it's hard to say a concern after the week we just saw, but I still think what is the top of their defense is a concern. For the Packers, it's the Jordan Love stuff that we saw rear its head if he turns the ball over. And for the Bucs, they're just so injured right now. That does worry you, but you don't want to play any of these 3 teams. Can win anyway. Testament to your need our defense to step up and shut you down. Again, I didn't think the Eagles were going to be able to do that this year. They kind of did it against the Chiefs. They certainly did it in the second half against the Rams. We know the Chargers defense can do it. Want to play smash mouth, run first football? That's what Jim Harbaugh wants to do and has done throughout his career. It's what the Eagles want to do and want to let our quarterback drop back and sling it around 30 times. We know Herbert has done it so far this year. The Eagles did it for the first time second half this game. And by the way, nice little special teams for the Eagles at least as well with the block kick. Can win anyway. And back atop their rightful place in the month of September, the 4-time defending September champion Buffalo Bills. Nothing you can set your watch to it being all of a sudden you're in Home Goods and you're like, is that a skeleton? Are there the Halloween decorations? And hearing your local talk radio discuss the Bills being the best team.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's get after this right now. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and please make sure that you watch this video in its full length. It is without a shadow of a doubt the best possible way to support this channel, and it's obviously zero cost to you, and it would just really goes an incredible long way to help the success of this channel and to really continue to build this amazing community that we are building. But right now, we got to talk about these tiers right now because I got some issues. The Bucs are terrifying to play in the way that the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions are. Really. The Bucs are more terrifying to play with Baker Mayfield than Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens and Derrick Henry. Really. Now, I know Jane Daniels and the Commanders are banged up right now. I get that. I'm taking Jaden Daniels over Baker Mayfield every single day. And Stafford and the Rams, they're below what we just saw from the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they went toe-to-toe with the Super Bowl champions. Yeah, they lost, and it was a rough loss, but we saw the potential of what that Rams team has. The Philadelphia Eagles are just the Philadelphia Eagles. But it took 2 blocked field goals for the Rams to lose that game. So now to have them just drop. So if there wasn't a blocked field goal and the Rams win, where do you think the Rams would be listed right now? We know. We know that they would be very high and the Eagles would be a lot lower. And you can't make decisions like that. Like I already know, especially with the Eagles going to play the Bucs, that if the Bucks end up winning that game, it'll be like, see, told you Baker's the best, told you the Bucks are the best, told you the Eagles aren't. And it's just like, we expect these teams to go undefeated. We expect these quarterbacks to win every single game. Like, there's never any room for the discussion beyond that. The Buffalo Bills absolutely, positively could have lost that game against the Ravens. It took insane heroics of Josh Allen that we know he's clearly capable of doing. But yet, there could have been a missed field goal. There could have been a blocked field goal. Since we're talking about all these blocked field goals, the Ravens blocked that field goal. And now the Ravens win. And now it's just, Ravens are better than the Bills. Lamar Jackson's better than Josh Allen. And it's like, but both quarterbacks played the exact same way. The difference here is just a blocked field goal. And it's like, and that now completely skews your perception of the team and the quarterbacks. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. That's why you actually have to watch the games. It's not just the score. It's not just the box score. You got to watch the games. That's what matters. And that's why a team like the Colts, I know you don't believe in the Colts because you don't believe in Daniel Jones, and you're probably not even really watching them. But if you actually watch them, no matter who they're playing, and they went up against the Denver Broncos, who's a great defense, who gave the Chargers absolute fits, and we saw what the Colts were able to do. We saw the success that they were able to have. And then we look at the Broncos having that tough game against the Colts and having that tough game against the Chargers, and you're like, okay, if we're explaining away that the Chiefs are having some tough losses against the Chargers, against the Eagles, well, you can use a lot of that same logic against the for the Broncos. Not to mention, it's like, well, they beat the Giants, and it's like, yeah, they struggled to beat the Giants, who are facing elimination, who are an awful team. And if their team was even remotely competent, they probably beat the Chiefs. So, you know, if you want to give all this runway to the Chiefs, you got to do a little bit of it for the Broncos. So the Jags, and you want to talk about some of their drops, a lot of those drops are because of Trevor Lawrence, because he is consistently throwing the wrong type of pass at, you know, for the moment that calls for it, which I broke down. I did a whole clip breaking that down. Dan Orlovsky and Hawk had a masterclass on it, a masterclass, and it was awesome. And his relationship with Liam Cohen, yikes. So no, I'm not putting that team on the level of the Seattle Seahawks right now and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams that are incredibly well coached and incredibly well organized, with suffocating defenses, with great head coaches that know how to get their teams ready in any given moment. Now, the one question mark, of course, with the Minnesota Vikings is who's the quarterback? J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz. Like, how is that story going to be told throughout the season? We don't know. And the same problem with the 49ers. It's like, I have a lot of belief in the 49ers, but like, it's Mac Jones. Bosa's now down. Like, you know, Kittle is struggling to stay healthy a bit. Like, so you're just like, it's harder for me to evaluate a team like the 49ers right now because I just don't know. Because the injuries are piling up. And it's like, and Brock Purdy's not the starting quarterback currently right now. So it's just like, how do I successfully evaluate a team in that regard? It's just like, I don't know. And it's a similar problem with the Commanders because now Terry McLaurin's injured. Jaden Daniels is day-to-day. I mean, like, trying to figure out where a team ranks when you're dealing with injuries is just the hardest thing to do. It really is. I mean, like, how do you have any type of frame of reference right now with that? So that's a mess. But I'm not going to put the Broncos on the level of the Falcons, who have been a disaster. And I'm a big believer in Michael Penix. And I'm a believer in a lot of guys on this team. The coaching, I think, has been absolutely, positively horrendous. Horrendous. That makes me uncomfortable. Anytime I don't have trust in coaching, it makes it absolutely impossible for me to have any trust or faith in a team. Ever. That's why I still believe in the Kansas City Chiefs, because I believe in the quarterback and I believe in the coaching staff. And I believe that, of course, they're going to get, you know, healthy and suspension free. So it's just like, you know, that's a tough thing. But I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously the bottom five teams, it's like, what are you going to do? And the Texans also, coaching is an issue. And even the coaching with the Jets, I mean, their head coach is literally dancing after that blocked field goal like he just won, when there was still plenty of game left. And then you saw, I forget who it was who was able to, you know, who scooped it up and scored a touchdown. He's waving goodbye to the crowd when you now have to get back on the field and play defense, and you couldn't, and you lost the game. And your coach is also dancing and celebrating like you just won, and that's what the players are doing, and you lost. That's not a surprise. It all starts at the top, and that's a problem. I mean, what's there to say about the Giants right now? They're starting Jackson Dart and whatnot. Cowboys, unfortunately for them, obviously injuries and reality is setting in. Same thing with the Bengals. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, my quick list that I'll go through that I probably messed up, that I probably missed teams, and that I can probably completely disagree with tomorrow because it's this thing is so moment to moment. And I didn't do every single team, but this is my bottom tier team right now because again I left out Panthers and Cowboys and because I don't know what to do with that, man. But the bottom tiers I got the Falcons, Raiders, and Cowboys. I got fix yourself. All right, fix yourself. Can you right this ship? Can you be better? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? And then I have the Steelers, Jags, Bears, and Cardinals. It's very much like, how is this season going to unfold, man? What are you going to be able to do, right? Are you going to be able to elevate or not? Are you going to be able to continue to play the way in which you're playing and get a collection of wins? That remains to be seen right now. It's hard to have too much confidence, but you also don't have a tremendous amount of doubt either of like, this is an easy win or whatnot. There's still a lot of question marks for me. And then I have the Chiefs, the Colts, the Commanders, the Broncos, the Bucks, and the 49ers, right? I just have, are you great? Are you great? Question mark. What are you? Are you great? Are you special? The Broncos, did you just have a tough couple games, back to back against two great teams? The Colts, are you pretenders? Are you not? Yes or no? The Chiefs, are you just a little banged up right now? You played two tough teams, but you actually truly are special, or are you just hanging on by your reputation? The Commanders, again, they're a little bit harder because they're banged up. The Bucks, I know they're banged up right now, but again, they needed game-winning drives in all three of their games against teams that are struggling, like the New York Jets, like the Atlanta Falcons, like the Houston Texans. And the 49ers, again, as I already relayed to you before, it's just really hard for me to try to figure out who the 49ers are right now when Mac Jones is your quarterback, Nick Bosa is going out, Kittle's like coming back, how healthy is he, what's going on, the reliability factor of a Christian McCaffrey. It's just, I just don't know. And then I have anxiety-inducing Ravens, Rams, Seahawks, Vikings. I think all four of these teams should still give a lot of teams a tremendous amount of angst if you're playing them. Obviously, the Seahawks being the most unproven currently, and the Vikings, it's a little bit tricky with the quarterback situation. But you just believe in that coaching staff, believe in that defense for both the Seahawks and the Vikings tremendously, believe in the defense for the Rams. I believe in Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. I mean, that has been special all season long. I don't see why that's going to magically change just because you lost a heartbreaking loss against an amazing team, the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Ravens, you're going up against Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Yes, they're not firing at all cylinders right now, but that is still something that a defensive coordinator and a defense have to go all in on trying to slow that down. Obviously, the Ravens defense right now is not firing at all cylinders, but they should be getting healthier, ideally. Also, they went up against two awesome offenses as well. And then I have monsters, the Chargers, the Lions, and the Packers. Just really impressive wins, and I think on both sides of the ball for these teams, you have the feeling of they can get after it. There's no kind of like one of those, hey, you're going up against the Ravens, their defense isn't that good, but their offense is amazing, or, hey, going up against the Seahawks, like, I don't know, we'll see how Sam Darnold fares, or the Minnesota Vikings, we'll see who's the quarterback, what's the situation here. And then you have the Eagles and the Bills, which are just proven. They've been great. They've shown to be able to win in all different ways, and they have the immediate track record of, we also ball in the playoffs. We also step up in the moments that matter most. Again, the reality is that I could absolutely rearrange this 100 different times. I don't have a committee. I won't spend too long on trying to figure this out, and this could be wildly different than the way how I did the herd hierarchy just yesterday. But this is how I'm feeling about these teams, at least right now. I could elevate the Chiefs and I can lower them. I could elevate the Colts or the Broncos or the Bucks, or I could lower them. It's just right now I look at it where it's just like, if you had to play certain teams right now, which team gives you the most? If you're the opposing fan base, which team gives you the most dread where you're like, oh gosh, man, I don't know. To me right now, that is the Eagles, the Bills, the Chargers, the Lions, and the Packers, right? And the next batch of that would be the Ravens and the Rams more than anything. But again, I add the Seahawks and the Vikings more as just because of what I also believe that their potential can be, but still some question marks because they still have things to fine tune as well. And like I said, by next week, it wouldn't surprise me to see the Chiefs, the Colts, the Commanders, and the Broncos to continue up on that incline. And if the Bucs come away with a win against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, the Bucs as well. But the rest of these other teams, like the Steelers, the Jags, the Bears, the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Raiders, you're just like, I've just seen so much of everything all over the place. You're just, the reality is by going into week 4, my feeling of those teams are just like, I just want to see more. It's like I saw the Bears play great against the Dallas Cowboys. It's like, okay, I saw the Ravens beat the Vikings when JJ McCarthy played awful, and you're just like, okay. I've seen a lot of awful from the Falcons as well. The Raiders, I expect them to be a lot better, but they are just not executing by any stretch of the imagination at all. And so you're just, it's kind of a wait and see situation. But those are just my tiers. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Nick's tiers, my tiers, anyone's tiers? What are your tiers? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.